we are very much at the northern edge of England, to the point where I'm in England, hello, I'm in England, to over there, Scotland. Just the rather famous River Tweed between us. And I'm here because I'm a Turner chaser. As you probably noticed from my work, it's is it derived from Turner? Well, it's certainly inspired by Turner. If you have no idea who Turner is that I'm talking about, JMW Turner, Google him. Famous English painter from late 1700s through to mid 1850s. You will have heard of him. So anyways, one of the places that he actually made a very famous painting, one of his very much later works and is classed as unfinished, I think, is Sunrise at Norham. And I'm down close by to where he would have painted that from, or painted his sketches from, to make that final image. So I'm here if I can find that spot. Obviously, in 200 years, the landscape's changed quite a bit. In fact, I was here 4 or 5 years ago, and you couldn't get access to probably the spot that the rough approximation spot of where that image was painted from. One thing I do notice immediately is behind me is the ruins of Norham Castle. When if you are researching Turner, actually I'll link a couple of images from here I'll put up right now. So from that, those are the images that I'm chasing. But one thing you'll notice straight away, maybe it's not from this angle, but in his paintings, there's no trees between the castle and the river. And what's behind me? A hell of a lot of trees. So obviously they've grown over the last couple of 100 years. Probably everybody in the village of Norham 200 years ago was anything that looked like timber for a fire got chopped down and taken away. Whereas obviously now, a bit few, there's fences up, boundaries, so woodland will spring up. So that is going to complicate matters for trying to capture his shot, because the castle, I know for a fact from looking for it last time, the castle is very, very much obscured, and I've been meaning to come down here during the winter when there's no leaves on the tree to hopefully be able to see the castle better. So that's my plans for today, is to walk along the bank here towards the village and see if we can find that spot and get a few shots on the way around. I mean, there's one shot I want straight away. There's a view of the bend in the river, very pretty. I think that'll capture well with ICM. Right, we're coming along here now. You can just see the castle peeking out at the top of them trees there. What I've spotted as I've walked along here is that, hopefully there's not a fence in the bloody way, there's an old fishing shield on the Scottish side, which is just coming into view, and I am sure that in all of Turner's paintings there's like a little shield or a little building on the Scottish side, which, looking on maps, I could never find. But there is an old stone building. There's a trees sticking out the top of it. So I'm thinking that's one part of his composition that's there, still there. You may be able to see it in the just on the other side of the bank there. I'll take a still shot as well, just to aid that view. So I think we may be getting closer. Like I say, the last time I came along here, they had closed it all off. Hopefully it's not. It's still open. Hopefully it's open, because it was about 4 years ago. Surely the county council or whatever don't work that slowly. Anyways, I'll grab this still shot and I'll come back to you when I find a bit more. Was a bit of a pain in the arse. It seems that, according to the sign, this part of the path's eroded away. Obviously isn't going to be put back into place. So I've now got to shank back up the hill, round through the village, and then come back down the cut there, which is exactly where I'd been the last time I came down here. However long, what was it, 4 years ago, whatever. So that's a bit of a disappointment. I would have thought this would have been open. So yeah, got to get walking again. Well, we'll show you some of the village anyway. Well, we're getting closer. As you can see on the left here is that old fishing shield, which may or may not be the one that's in the paintings. Yeah, this is looking like a familiar spot. Obviously a few hundred years of river erosion and, you know, the river course moving. We are now presented with this view, which is a lovely view. So how wide does I need to be for that? So obviously Mr. T narrowed his composition together. Either that or the course of the river's changed a hell of a lot. If you look on some of the these earlier paintings, there's a mill to the right on some of his paintings, which is obviously long gone. So I don't know whether the castle and that shield are the static elements in the view. It's still it's a beautiful spot. Would maybe be nice if those trees at the front were gone. Would make everybody's job a lot easier. Obviously back in his paintings, he's got his couple of cattle down in the water in front. So anyways, now that we're here, gonna take a few shots, capture some data. I have come at a stupid time of day because it's what now, mid-May. It's bloody 12 o'clock, noon, the sun's high, so quality of data may be a bit on the poor side, but looking from this position here, I think if I did come back in winter, I think the castle would be a lot more visible. As you can see, there's probably, you take all the leaves out of there, you're going to see quite a bit more. So that's going to be better, and obviously I think the last image that I mentioned, he's Norham Castle winter sunrise. I think it's that one anyway. The later one, the one that was supposedly unfinished. That was the sun sets, sunrises straight over there in the winter. So coming back, coming back in winter, the light's probably going to be in the right place, but obviously early morning, because you want the castle like a highlight on the horizon. So it's just all black in front, or a silhouette. That's what I was thinking of, a silhouette. So today obviously we've got down, pretty much vertical downlight. It is very well lit, so it's pretty, but it's postcard shot weather at the minute. So yeah, we'll have a bit spooch around, see what angles will work that don't involve ending up in the Tweed and then swimming to Berwick. So we'll have see what I can do safely. Could try long lens with some ICM as well. I don't do a lot of it with a long lens because of the distance of movement. I've got the 50mm on it at the minute, so we'll probably go with that to start with, and if that's proven tricky, we'll move down to the 16-35. And if I can get a view past these trees, then we've got the leading line over the river going towards the base of the castle. So we'll give that a go. So alright, better crack on. Day's getting away with us. Well, I'm done here now. I think it's going to have to be a bit of a composition to get a result I was kind of envisaging. It's like a 70mm to get the castle. Using the 70-200 to get the castle at a reasonable scale. A wide angle to get the width of the river. A chainsaw for that flaming thing. So it's been a bit of a challenge, but I've refound the spot. I think really, it's a beautiful spot on a day like this. Absolutely stunning. I think somebody needs to challenge Norham Parish Council or Historic England, or whoever owned the castle, or Tilmouth Fishing, or whoever owns the fishing rights to, or the river banks. Do something with this view, highlight it. It is one of the most iconic views in English history of painting, really. It's one of Turner's last great works, was made of this location. They should be doing something about it, highlighting it, even if it's just a bleeding board, with a bit of description and the three finished paintings that he did from here. Would be a bloody start. It's crackers, absolutely crackers. Should be doing more for it. Yeah, have a word with English Heritage or whoever the hell run the castle and tell them to trim some trees so we can see the bloody thing. But no, I think it's a great spot. Like I said, it's been a few years since I was last here. It's now that I'm here, I remember this area was all cut nicely, picnic tables and such. I pick my days to come out, I really do. Lovely day. So anyways, I think that's Norham pretty much done. So in the next vlog, if this one goes out, hopefully everything's recorded fine. So the next vlog I am actually going to do from Dodo Stone Circle, which is Northumberland's answer to Stonehenge. I think it's maybe even a little bit earlier than Stonehenge, and it's a cracking spot. Beautiful views of the Cheviot Hills behind them, unspoilt countryside for for miles around us from what you can see, and it's it's only a few miles in that direction. So the next vlog is Dodo Stone Circle, done my own way of course, so hopefully see you then. See ya!